So I made a warrior 97% alliance PvP server called Fire Mode to rock some world PvP through leveling without heirlooms and twink items, just blacksmithing and questing. I also have a mage and feral druid next to warrior, and hopefully I'll make some more characters in future. So if you're new to the channel and might be interested in such content, make sure to press the subscribe button. Thanks a lot, and now let's start with the video. I met a random priest from my guild in Duskwood doing the same thing like me, but let's see how this friendship happened. I was walking around the Duskwood looking for a proper enemy and I bumped into a priest fighting a shaman. I thought it was 1 versus 1, so I didn't engage it first, but then I saw another and chased me shaman started tunneling the priest, so I had to react by targeting the shaman with heals and interrupting him. It didn't last long, so we both switched to remaining one, and that's how everything started. So as I said, we killed the other shaman and we started talking. He has like 400 gear score with 1 just heirloom, I think. So it's not some kind of overgeared twink, and that's good, because I don't make party with such players. We made a party since there was like 10 or 15 guys around us, and we started making Duskwood Massacre. We started killing everything that stands in our way, and it has a lion's badge above their head. I don't enjoy much doing these things, but it's very hard to play isolated fights here, because every time someone interrupts it. I mean, it's okay to go 1 versus 2, but for now, it is not possible when I don't have 70% of my spells and talents. It's hard to play 1 versus 1 as warrior at the moment, not to mention 2 versus 1 fights without twin gear. However, this massacre had to come to the end sooner or later, and it happened very soon. We bumped into a party of 3 with 2 mages and 1 right-tree paladin. I charged paladins so they can't start the fight first. In that case I wouldn't be able to charge and I would start with rage so hard. However, I charged and switched to first mage near me. My priest was insta-polyed, so I had to shield wall instantly in 3 versus 1 fight. But my priest trinketed poly and did nice AoE fear where we crushed first mage instantly. So we got 1 more mage and paladin who just did a lay on hands full heal. And stupid Graveyard was literally next to us, so that mage respawned instantly and somehow 5 people were around us in a blink of an eye. However, we are not here to cry. We respawn, we buff, we engage. Or maybe not. I didn't see them coming from other side and we were attacked at half HP. I already gave up because my priest was separated from me a little bit, but in the last moment he came just close to bring some shield and heals, and this was literally shocking what I've just survived. They were rocking everything they have on me, but priest kept healing me, and I even brought Pala to low health because I was backpedaling with a shield block, so he couldn't do damage on me and procced every revenge he could. Also, you can see mage missed the silence on me instead of priest. But I did some crucial AoE intimidating shout and we again humiliated Gnome Mage first, and next was with Paladin. But this Grenade Mage was a real MVP with these polymorphs. Guy literally helped me a couple of times. Fight was so exhausting that all of us was starving with either HP or mana or both like myself. Rage regen on these lower levels are just painful. And we got this MVP mage as the last man standing, but not for much more since last Pala instant revived like it's some kind of deathmatch free-for-all fight. I camped in defensive stance to make incoming damage as low as possible as I can, and I managed to hit 1 good revenge which activated Bump on Pala, and we finally won the fight. I would give more props to my priest, but yeah, he was standing alone all the time and I was the primary target, and priest is much more useful spat on these lower levels. We retreated to heal ourselves and prepare for a second round, and boom, there they are. All 3 stacked in party making tactics. We both bumped into Gnome Mage as he was the one with the biggest IQ using poly on priest, because he knows he can dispel me, but in vain, since other two now focus priest because he heals much. You can see how bad warrior is without charge or intercept. I just couldn't reach the paladin to disarm him or slow him to lower pressure on my priest. We killed the mage, yes I did damage too with a random bow, and finally reached paladin to fear him and then disarm when he trinkets. Disarm lasts for 10 seconds without enchant, and it's insanely powerful ability at the moment, especially to remove pressure from your friend. And this one was much easier when we knew who do we focus from start. Pala died and Renai the MVP was once again the last man standing. I didn't even want to record as Warlock was solo, but yeah, again, in a blink of an eye, 5 people around us. They humiliated us, but we managed to release the corpse far enough to run away. Believe it or not, they were triggered and Warlock, Mage and Shaman started chasing half HP, Priest and Warrior. We were running while our HP was regenerating, so we can turn back and attack them. Meanwhile, I asked him to bump into them and do AoE Fear, which would help a lot, but I just couldn't wait anymore. I needed some action. I turned back and charged a Mage, hit a random hamstring on Encasement Shaman to slow him. Warlock turned his back just before the bridge and left his friends on their own. I hit fast disarm on Shaman to remove the pressure from my priest as he was the main target. I got polyed and I didn't want to trinket it. I asked for cleanse, which was a little bit late but enough. You can see that I trinketed freeze because poly was already on third diminishing return and would last only 2 seconds, but I even managed to interrupt it and finish the mage in a couple of hits. Someone in the comments asked me, bro, how you switch stances so fast, and I repeat, it's all about macros, switching weapons and using spells on the same button. However, I helped my priest, which had some problems with this Shamey, and their gang turned into nightmare. We came back to Duskwood and we had warm welcome from 3 mages, an elite mob and spider on my priest. After that we hunted them one by one because they weren't in party. And after some time we bumped into this paladin, killing an elite mob by kiting it around the tree. I had to be evil. And next to this pala there were a guy with some heirlooms and my priest engaged him carelessly and died to him. I didn't want to engage a clear 1 vs 1 fight, but some level 80 monkey just logged in. However, this pala wanted to fight us 1 vs 1 and after my friend died to him, I was the next to accept this challenge. I have experience fighting paladins, so I gone for Eastern Charge plus Rend followed by Eastern Shield Block with backpedaling and revenge spams. I stayed in defensive stance until shield block expired and then goes disarms followed by battle stance. When disarm ended, I used retaliation to make his attacks attack him also. After that, priest had his revenge on paladin in 1 vs 1 fight, but I'm not sure if everything was super clear and fair play because pala was already at half HP when I came. It was a nice fight and they ended up on tie. However, his level 80 friend again came here, although no one farmed or camped him, but yeah, it goes like that I guess. Thanks for watching, I truly think you enjoyed this one, as I did. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, it means a lot. See you soon.